In this video, I am going to show you how to teach your horse how to use the salt and mineral feeder. The first time you introduce it to them, I recommend putting something tasty in it that they are able to eat, just to give them the idea that food comes from there. I started with holding the flap up so that it wasn't in his way, and he wandered off to go play with one of his friends. But I recommend using something other than salt because they might not be motivated to eat salt right at that time. So I'm just using some low sugar, like ration balancer type food. He already ate out of it, and so now I'm kind of lifting it up for him and showing him where the food comes from. And he got a little spooked. This day that I'm filming was very cold and everything was kind of cold and crinkly, and he was a little spooky. So I added some more food. I kind of let him hear me adding his food in there. And then here I'm kind of letting the cover sit down on his face a little bit. I'm adding a little bit more food, and I'm just letting it touch his face. There are several other horses in this field that figured it out without me having to show them how at all. For some reason, he's been really hesitant to use it. He also gets salt in his food, so he hasn't really been motivated to get salt out of here. So I'm just letting it kind of touch his face ever so slightly. You can see he's a little spooky again. And you might have to repeat this process for a couple days in a row just to give them the idea. But now he's kind of interested and he's trying to figure out how he can get in there. And I'm making it really easy for him. So he tried to like pull the corner up, and then I just helped lift it for him. If you do it incrementally like this, it will help build their confidence, and it kind of shows them, you're kind of reinforcing them trying. If they don't get it right away, sometimes they can get frustrated and walk away. So you want to make them really successful in the beginning. And again, that's why I like to use something a little bit more tasty than salt, because there's only so much salt that they really want to eat at a time. So there he's trying again, and I'm letting him try before helping him. He's checking out his muzzle. I'm kind of lifting it up to show him, and there he goes. He just needed a little help for me to lift up the corner. And now he's in there, and then it goes back down. I'm adding a little bit more. And then here I'm gonna see if he'll get it on his own. He's trying a little bit, but he's still motivated. If I saw him get less motivated, I'd help him a little more. There he goes, all by himself, getting under there. And the nice thing about this cover is that once they back off, it flops right back down over the feeder. I've had this out so far for about 6 months, and the salt in there's gotten a little damp on occasion. We've had a lot of crazy winds and rains, and it's really been great. Now that he's figured it out without the muzzle, I'm going to try to do it with the muzzle. And normally I would recommend maybe doing this in 2 different sessions. But I was trying to get this all on film for you guys. And this is the first time that I've worked with him on using this feeder with the cover. So got his muzzle on. I'm adding a little bit more fun stuff in there, because with the muzzle it's a lot harder. And they really have to be, if they're eating at like an angle, they have to kind of set the muzzle flat down in there. So again, I'm holding it up for him so he can kind of figure it out. And then I'm gonna let it slowly sit down on his face, because adding the muzzle changes the whole scenario. So I'm trying again, kind of starting back from the beginning. And there he goes, trying to figure it out. He's flipping it up. And I'm just gonna let him struggle because he's still motivated. So I'm gonna let him struggle a little bit, and he figured it out. He wasn't able to get any food right then because it had all kind of slid to the bottom. With the salt, as long as you keep it, I like to do like 1 to 2 inches of salt in there, and I kind of replace it every couple of days, or not replace it, just add to it as needed. so that it's easy for the ones with muzzles to get in there and get some salt if it's been like pushed around or pushed to the corners. So I'm gonna see if he'll do it one more time for me. And here it kind of looks like he's maybe losing some motivation, and he's gonna go check out my little treat container. Trying to bring him back. See if I can get him to try one more time. And I think he decided he was done. So we called it a day. If you're having issues with your horse not knowing how to use the salt container, especially with the feeder or with the muzzle, reach out to our customer support and we'll be more than happy to give you some other ideas. And we would love the opportunity to help you teach your horse this. So hopefully they take to it really well, and happy grazing.